Before we go over Saturday's game, let's get the important stuff out of the way right off the bat. So I gotta ask you, Joel, Antonio, how the fuck does that feel? How's that feel, bitch? Because you know what they say, payback is a bitch. So both of y'all clowns can take that February 23rd bullshit and shove it where the sun don't shine, baby. Our victory over you clowns on Saturday night is exactly what you get for ruining my night on February 23rd when my gen play automatically and randomly just switched the Spurs feed over to your shitty ass trash feed. So how the fuck does that feel, bitch? As the Crotch of Doom, Dave Allen Baker would say, you mess with the crotch, you get the doom. Or as Rob Riggle would say, the GOAT actor, you mess with the cow, you get the udders. And as everybody else says, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And your prize was losing to us with our feed, with Jacob and Sean, and don't you bozos fucking forget it. Alright, that's enough of that. At least I finally got that off my chest just to slam those pieces of shit in the Big Easy. So time to recap the game. It was mainly a back and forth contest for the most part. I mean, no lead was safe early on, and I know the Pelicans had gotten out to a comfortable lead for a tiny bit, and the Spurs, struck back, and by halftime, I believe it was a tie game. I could be mistaken, but if I remember to insert the clip, I will. And I know the Pelicans got off to a good start in the third quarter, but then the Spurs went on a run and eventually took the lead back, and never looked back after that. As close as the Pelicans made it, even with the Jeremy Sohan half-court shot. I mean, even when we got onto a semi-huge lead, the Pelicans did not want to go away, but they never got over the hump as we kept them at bay the whole time, to the point where they never led again after we eventually, made a run and took the lead and, just kept it all the way to the final buzzer. Almost said checkered flag there for a second because I'm thinking NASCAR. So yeah, in last night's NASCAR race review, going over the UAW Daimler Chrysler 400 at Viva Las Vegas, I kind of lied about the order of topic I was going to go talk about in the video, but I really don't give a shit now. But anyway, De'Aaron Fox's injury. Where do we start? I know the Crotch of Doom was trolling me over this during the season 4 premiere, Spring is in the Air, but obviously he got serious when it was time to go home, and for him to go in the house to watch his team, that he was being realistic and saying he doesn't like when players get injured, even if it's my team. So I told him when his Cavs got injured in the past, like even last year, I did not celebrate because that is wrong. This man had been playing on a bad finger since the later days in Sacramento, but he was playing through it like a man. So therefore, that's the part that Crotch of Doom forgets. Even if he was just trolling and being funny and silly, considering I like a team outside of Cavs territory for almost my entire life. I mean, I'm used to being trolled as a Spurs fan, whether it's out of fun, out of humor, or if people are being serious. But honestly and truthfully, I am glad he made the decision to get that season-ending surgery on his bad finger, just to have a clean, full bill of health for next season, along with Wembenyama with the blood clot. So this will give both of them enough time to recover. I guess Swipa heard all the commotion from Spurs fans on social media asking him to get the surgery and call it a season, since our season is cooked and we're not really playing for anything at the moment. As long as you and Wemby don't do what TP9 did in 2017-18, rush back from some kind of an injury, then both of you should be in good shape to pick up where you left off when you guys were last healthy and your unstoppable form that we all know and love. And we should be scaring in the 2025-26 season next year, pending if Biombo succeeds in his audition to earn a spot on next year's team full time. So pray for the alien and the fox to be nursed back to 110% health just in the nick of time for next season for my 29th year as a Spurs fan for the 2025-2026 season. We missed you guys. Get well soon, boys. All right, so a brief recap on the St. Patrick's Day party at work. So therefore, I made sure to bust out the Steve shirt for my 2019 Halloween costume when I was taking a little bit of a YouTube break, which was my second ever YouTube break at the time. So I have a green shirt that says Lucky Shirt, but I have not found that thing anywhere. So in the longest time. So I've been meaning to do this shirt, to bring back this costume for a few years now. I just haven't had the opportunity to strike, and guess what? Now I did, and guess what? Everybody loved it. I got compliments on it. My wife wore green today. I mean, she's not really my wife. I mean, she's just my girlfriend for now. One day there's gonna be my legit wife, like straight up. I just call her my wife because I'm being funny. I mean, it don't matter who I date. I call my girlfriend my wife for the thing I'm being funny because live and love you the lab rights with Kelly Berglund is Bree Davenport Oliveira. So love you, Emily. So therefore, her and I had a great day today. I know they had music playing on the speaker in the middle area, but I was getting a hell of a workout with my headset, dancing to my own music, and of course, this man right here will always be my number one in music. I'm a Ricky Martin fan first before anyone and anything, but at the same time, it's also okay to enjoy other artists, bands, songs, and genres that's not Latino. I enjoy smooth jazz. I enjoy rock music. I enjoy some rap, even though I mostly hate rap. But I also enjoy the songs I heard growing up on PS1 and PS2 games as a kid. And now as an adult, I'm hearing the more explicit version that the game makers did not allow the artists to put in the game. So therefore, they had to make them re-record them for as clean versions of the games are in an E rating. And I remember that's what we heard growing up as kids, the clean versions in the game. So when we heard the explicit one outside the game, the actual album version, it was like a sucker punch and a half. And now that we're used to the more explicit version of these songs from those games, it's like we'll never hear the clean version from the game the same way ever again. So therefore, that just called growing up and getting old. Yeah, as much as I hate to say it, it's sad but true. But shout out to my other half, Emily, for a great day. Jen for being there for her and I. As one of our client homegirls. Allison came back today. My little brother Adam played a little bit of a part. Isaiah, my brother from another mother, my main homegirls, Bethany, Teresa, Jessica, and Candy. You all were fantastic today. Thank you. Tomorrow we're going to Quiznos over by my dad, which of course the one time we finally get to go there, and we finally go there, my dad's not home. And turns out, yeah, he was out of town. So it basically confirms that Suarez lost a race while my dad was out of town, a race that he could have won. So now my dad is 2-1 with Suarez victories whenever he goes out of town. He's has 2 goose eggs in the win and loss column whenever, Suarez has a race winning car and he doesn't go out of town because he's not had a reason to be in this situation yet. But this is the money for Quiznos I'll be using, and I think I might have enough to go all crazy. Live in La Vida Loca, which is my number one song which will turn 26 years old this coming Sunday, and that's how long I've been a fan of his. It didn't take until shortly after May 11th when my dad showed up to the YMCA daycare that my mom and grandma worked at. My grandma worked at the front desk, my mom worked in the classroom. My grandfather went there every now and then, occasionally once in a while, to work out in their gym with his late buddy Tom Dublo. But my dad never ever made a trip up there except for that one time, and I'll show it one more time with the song's birthday being this Sunday during the Ford 400 Homestead Miami Speedway. My dad I was sitting next to my first crush, Nicole Pugsley, out the kid with the kiddie table. I look behind, my dad walks in with this in his hand. He walks over, he comes to me, hands this to me, and then turns around and leaves. And even better, even funnier, or I don't know if it's best or worse yet, the dude showed up unannounced. He showed up unannounced without a reason, giving my mom a clear reason, but he gave me a clear reason to give me that CD, which the case is all beat up, as you see. But as long as the CD still works, that's all that matters. But we all had a great St. I hope everyone had a great St. Patrick's Day. And, tomorrow we got a video coming, maybe. I mean, I know Wednesday we're going to be doing a vlog for Spring is in the Air, episode 3. Actually, no, tomorrow we'll do the vlog. The vlog will be tomorrow. And then maybe for episode 3, we might sneak in a early spring season Tim Duncan kind of recreate, or the only singular, Robbie Gordon standalone episode of Garra Acción Isidore. I'll figure it out one way or another. But in the meantime, the next Spurs game we won't be watching is Oh yeah, Friday night against the Sixers. We'll be watching Friday night, and we'll be watching the 4-200 at Homestead Miami Speedway all at the same time. And since the Spurs game is on NBA TV, and since we're the home team, we're gonna still get to hear Jacob and Sean. We don't have to go to the Gen Play, so we flipping between the game and the truck race. So I'm gonna have my hands full on Friday night. I'll be wearing my Tim Duncan jersey and my Daniel Hemrick gear all at once. So that's gonna be a rager, game review combining the truck race and the Spurs together. So have a good night tonight and a better day tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Good night. And the next race I'll be watching, the way as far as the Winston Cup goes, will be the Ford 400 this Sunday on the birthday of my favorite song of all time. Will be 26 years come this Sunday when we run Ford 400. Living La Vida Loca by Ricky Martin, written by Robbie Draco Rosa and Desmond Child. Ricky is the GOAT of music. Argue with your mother and debate a wall. Michael Jackson and Taylor Swift fans. So see you later, everyone. Go Spurs, go!
Go Spurs, go!